Hey everybody, my name is Alec Falzone. I'm here to do a 2018 in the bag. So I'm a new member of the inaugural 2018 Discraft Underground team. So this new team is focused on really putting a lot of online content out there through various social media platforms, and then also in addition to actually performing on the course. So a little bit about my game style. If you're not familiar with me, I throw equally backhand and forehand, maybe rely on my forehand a little bit more in the woods. But since moving here to northern Alabama, I'm located in Huntsville. From North Carolina, where the courses are more wooded, I'm throwing a lot more backhand drives now, have definitely increased my distance, largely because of the discs I've been using, which are Discraft. So let's jump right in. I'm going to split this into two parts. Part one is going to be mainly putters and mids, and then part two is going to be all my drivers. So fairway drivers, your hybrid 10, 11 speed drivers, and then your high speed stuff. So jumping right into my upshot putters, I have three different upshot putters I use. This yellow Pro D Challenger, maybe like 2 or 1 out of 10 on the sleepy scale. Super flippy, super beat in. I use this if I'm, tucked in the woods and only have room to kind of flick my wrist a little bit. I just kind of put a little touch on it and it just glides up to the basket. So really nice utility putter for me. Next up is my main upshot putter. It's a Pro D Challenger SS. So this Pro D plastic is a little firmer than most that I'm used to, so it's fantastic. Really straight putter with a reliable finish. I use this for just straight up shots, how you would use a normal putter. And then maybe some glidey hyzers when it's not windy. I'll reach for the Pro D Challenger SS. And then my stable upshot putter, again, all these putters are for backhand upshots, is the Rubber Blend Challenger OS. Fantastic disc for both stable upshots and then also hyzer backhand drives that are maybe in the 250, 260 foot range. I'll reach for my Rubber Blend Challenger OS. So these are a little more firm and grippy than the Pro D, but much more durable. So I really love this thing. So thanks Nate for running these for Ledgestone this year. Fantastic disc. Then moving on to my putting putters, I have a matching pair which satisfies everybody's OCD. It's a D-Blend, or D-Line I guess, Steady BL. So these are beadless steadies. I used to putt with P-Line P2s, so kind of like a KC Pro type P2, really stiff, stable. The Steady BLs have the same flights, but a little more grippy, which I actually like quite a bit. So they're a little more stable than a Challenger SS, but not as stable as a Challenger OS. I solely use these for putting. I switched to these a couple weeks ago. I was trying out the Challenger SS for a little bit, but kind of settled on these. They're fantastic putters. Highly recommend checking these out. A DGA D-Line Steady BL. Moving on to my mid-ranges, I have 6 in 4 different molds. I'm starting out with my zone. I kind of use this like a mid-range, which is why I group it with my mids. It's a jawbreaker zone, so you can tell it's kind of beat in, and by kind of I mean quite a bit. Pretty flippy. I only use this for hyzer flip shots in the woods on a forehand, so I'll put some hyzer on it, just pop it up, it'll go dead straight but still have that zone finish at the end. So I highly recommend checking one of these out. When they're brand new, they fly just like every other zone you've ever thrown, but once they beat in, they're a thing of beauty, so highly recommend it. Then I have my ESP Meteor. I've been throwing this more and more and more, so thanks Chase for getting me hooked on these things. They're fantastic. Hyzer flip to flat, hyzer flip to turnover on a backhand. On a forehand, I use these for touch-up shots. If I'm tucked in the woods, I'll just kind of put up on a little ante. It'll hold the ante line and go right up to the basket. So check one of these out, Swirly ESP Meteor. Next mold is the Wasp. I have 2. Sometimes I rotate it in a third depending on the course, but my straight Wasp is a jawbreaker Wasp. I just put this in the bag a couple weeks ago. I can rip it pretty hard and flat and it just goes straight. No fade, just pinpoint, throw it hard, it goes where you put it. And then the Swirly ESP Glow Wasp from Ledgestone this year, super stable. Almost as stable as my Buzz OS's, but not quite. I throw these for backhands only for the most part, just straight shots with a hyzer finish, or put it out wide on a hyzer and have it glide over left on a backhand line. That's what I use this for. And then my bread and butter in terms of forehand drives is my First Run Z Buzz OS's. I have 2 of them. The pink is a little more stable than the aqua. I bought this one already seasoned. Great decision. The pink is a little bit more stable. I'll throw this on like power forehand shots in the woods with a little bit of ante that still finishes to the right on a forehand. I don't really throw this one backhand, but the aqua I will. It's got a little more glide, a little more distance, a little less fade. I use this for backhand hyzers or glidey forehand hyzer upshots. So maybe on a par 4, I need a little bit more left to right carry. I'll throw the more beat-in Buzz OS. So that concludes part 1 of the series. Again, I just covered putters and mids. If you have questions about molds, maybe some recommendations, what's good for your game, what might not be good for you, shoot me a comment or a message on Facebook or Instagram. My Instagram name is CalZoneFoulZone. Go and find me. I post stuff all the time. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you all in part 2.